Hello everyone, my name is DustInLint and welcome to a new series for the channel. I'm gonna lower master volume down to like 25% here real quick. And this new game is Slay the Spire. And I accidentally exited the game. That's a great start. I'll leave that in there just because it's kind of funny that I managed to do that somehow. I don't even know how I did. I'll tell you how I did that. It's because I clicked exit game. That's how. So what is Slay the Spire? Well, it's a game by Mega Crit Studio, which might not be up here on time. Oh no, just barely in time. Mega Crit Studio. And it's a rogue-lite card collecting dungeon crawler, and I use dungeon crawler very lightly because it's very light elements as far as that goes. And upon the game being fully released, there'll be at least 3 characters. I think there might be even more, but don't take my word on it. Right now, there's only 2 available. There is the Ironclad, who is sort of more of a melee focused character, who starts off with 80 health and 99 gold. The remaining soldier of the Ironclad sold his soul to harness demonic energies. Starts off with Burning Blood, which at the end of combat heals 6 HP, and I have 6 unlocks remaining for him. And then there's the Silent, which out of all the characters that I played thus far, I feel as though the Silent is more my style of play. Starts off with 70 HP, gold 99. A deadly huntress from the Foglands, eradicates foes with daggers and poisons. Starts off with Ring of Snake, which at the start of combat draw 2 additional cards and has 5 unlocks remaining. But for the purposes of these videos, I'm going to start off with the Ironclad because he's a little bit easier to wrap your head around, I feel. Level 1, Exordium. Greetings. Shoot. Oh! Obtain a random rare card? Yes, please. Bludgeon. Deal 32 damage for 3. That's pretty good. Like, that's like an instant KO on some weaker enemies. Granted. So that's something that I'm actually new to. So here's the main dungeon crawling map, so to speak, where it eventually leads to the big bad at the end. We have basic monster encounters, we have unknown encounters, we have merchants, we have campfires where we can rest or upgrade our cards, elites where they'll be tougher enemies but we get relics for beating them, as well as treasure chests, which you get gold and relics from. So which route seems like the right route to go? That is a very good question. I do like the question mark events. They are quite interesting in my opinion. So I might take this middle path and go bloop, 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 and then figure out where to go from there. And our first encounter is with a Jawworm with 40 HP. So the way combat works is it's turn-based. Our turn always comes first, and we can see generally what the enemy's intent is. Which this turn, the Jawworm wants to hit us for 11 damage. Unfortunately, a single bludgeon will not suffice. So there's no way going about it. We're going to take 1 damage at least this round. But remember, at the end of each combat, we also gain 6 HP, so if we take 6 or less damage from a combat, that's not the end of the world either. So I think because he's going to be blocking and using a buff, we should go ham on him this turn, so that'll be a bash for 8 damage and applies vulnerable for 2 turns. And then our strike should do more damage. Yeah, it deals 9 instead of 6 damage. And generally you only have 3 energy, 3 armor, or 3 strength, and he gives himself 6 armor. So I either need to deal... He intends to block and attack for... Okay. So I could go for the more defensive play here, which I think I might do. And just strike for 9. It's going to be blocking a little bit more, which is unfortunate. But this turn he's not going to be attacking. And we only need to deal 19 damage, which unfortunately will be just shy of. And the way card draw works is, at the end of every turn, whatever cards that you haven't used also get thrown into the discard, and when you run out of cards to draw from your draw pile, the discard gets shuffled back in here and you get to draw from that again, which will come into play later, hopefully with some other cards. I think we just, again, go ham on this guy. And hopefully... Okay, so he's going to bellow. He has 6 strength now, but we only have to deal 7 damage, which can easily be done with a bludgeon. For 26 through his armor. And at the end of combat, you get loot. You got 12 gold, a weak potion, which is a one-time use, either buff or debuff for an enemy. And you get to add a card to your deck each time as well. Body Slam. I'm not a huge fan of Body Slam, but I haven't had really a deck that could possibly be good with that in it. Second Wind, exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand, and gain 5 block for each. Potentially good, but that's like only a one-time good block. Whereas Flex is a 0, 1 turn, gain 2 strength, which I think is the safer bet to go for, and now we'll go for our question mark events here. As you come to a dead end and begin to turn around, walls slam down from the ceiling, trapping you. 3 faces materialize from the walls and speak, "Forget what you know and I'll let you go. I require change to see a new space. If you want to pass me, then you must grow. Remove a card from your deck, transform a card in your deck, upgrade a card in your deck." I think we want to upgrade a card, and we'll upgrade Bludgeon? Deals 42 damage. Yeah, we'll go with that. Unless, okay, what else though? We could deal 10 damage and apply 3 vulnerable, which is also pretty darn good, don't get me wrong. Vulnerable is a great status effect. But then there's Bludgeon, which just does 42 damage. Satisfied, the walls in front of you merge back into the ceiling, leaving a path forward. And that's why you go for those question marks, because they have some really good stuff sometimes. As you make your way down a long corridor, you see a banana, a donut, and a box floating about. No, upon closer inspection, they are tied to strings coming from holes in the ceiling. There is a quiet cackling from above as you approach the objects. What do? Heal for 26 HP. We definitely don't need that. Donut plus 5 HP. Regret. At the end of your turn, lose 1 HP for each card in your hand. Ooh. Like a relic could be good, but I think we'll just go for the maximum HP. You eat the donut, it really hits the spot. Your maximum HP increases. And we'll go into our next encounter here, which is a cultist. Which we can almost outright kill in 1 attack here with a single bludgeon. I love that. And for most... Oh, you do not belong here. At the end of each turn, he gains 3 strength, but that does not mean anything because he is actually dead already. Bludgeon is such a good card for us here. Now, Pommel Strike, 9 damage, draw a card, could be good. Deal 12 damage, apply to weak. That's also pretty darn good. Or create a copy of an attack or power card in your hand. That could be amazing with Bludgeon. Although, I think it's only a one-time use, so actually never mind, that's not that great with Bludgeon. So I think that means we either want Pommel Strike or Clothesline, but I think we want Clothesline because weak is pretty good if I remember correctly. Creatures deal 25% less damage with attacks. Yeah, that's pretty stellar. If we don't have any other better options. Now, the question is, do we just go for more regular combats, or do we go for the question mark? I think we go for the question mark yet again. You come upon a dapper-looking cheery gremlin. It's time to spin the wheel. Are you ready? Of course you are. Play. And let's give it a spin. See what we get. Hopefully something good. A treasure chest. Hey. A gift. Enjoy. Gain a relic. If you end your turn without block, gain 6 block. Okay, that seems really good for us. And do we go for the elite enemy? I would love to upgrade more cards, but I think we go for the elite enemy in hopes that we get some more relics. So hear me out. Clothesline, deal 12 damage. Strike. Right, he did not get weakened. I still think this is the right play, because we get 6 block no matter what. So we're gonna get hit for, so that's 16 damage, so 10 damage, which is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot. And now we also have wounds in our deck, but we also have bludgeon to outright kill this MF. So I think that is what we will do, and we will end our turn. So what are you doing? More wounds, which, don't get me wrong, really suck, but we can just kill another one. We would only take another 2 damage. I think that's actually the play here. Strange as that might seem. And just pray that we don't get flooded with wounds. It's really strange because I would like to use defend, but by using defend then we actually lose defense. Which is a really, really weird way to think of it, but oh wow. Oh, if we just kill him, thankfully, before we get too many more wounds. And we get 32 gold, a whetstone upon picking up, upgrade 2 random attacks. Strike and bash. Strike was not as valuable, but bash was a good one. Energy potion gained +2 energy for 1 time. Feel no pain whenever a card's exhausted gain for block. Exhaust online. You know what, we'll do dual wield. Could be handy. And we'll go for the question mark again. You duck into a small hut. Inside you find what appears to be a forge. Smithing tools are covered in dust, yet the fire roars inside the furnace. You feel on edge. Upgrade a card. 25% chance to become cursed. Obtain a relic. Normality. You cannot play more than 3 cards per turn. I think we go for upgrade a card. And I think we... What happened? 2 copies of attacker power card in your hand would be useful. Or deal 14 damage and apply 3 weak, I think is +4 strength for 0 is also... I think we have to go for the clothesline. You decide to put the forge to use and clang clang clang. Improve your arsenal. No curse. Question. Do we go for another elite, or do we just keep pressing on? You know what? With our potions, I think we can afford to find another elite, and it's the one that I hate the most that I've seen thus far. Bludgeon? I think we just bludgeon it right away. Yeah, that's like a lot of its HP gone right off the bat. Now this guy, no joke, does a lot of damage. Very fast. Yeah. 2 strength. hit him. And I think we actually just do that. We're going to take 8 damage, but it's better than 12 we would have taken otherwise. It's going to go for another 18 damage, but we can clothesline and weaken him. So he only does 13. And I think we actually go for the strike because otherwise we're going to lose or take more damage if we just go for the straight up defend. This is a weird run where I actually don't want to use my block cards, but I kind of appreciate it at the same time. He's going to go for a powerful negative effect. He is going to be able to pull off that powerful negative effect no matter what I do. But we'll be able to almost kill him with this. What is this powerful negative effect? As long as we can deal 1 damage, we're fine. And this actually went down a lot better than I have ever had this. No! No! I need attack, though. Is the thing. I need attack is the thing, though. Oh my god. Yeah, we'll flex for show. Flex for show. Okay, we just need to deal 1 damage, which we can do right here. And that encounter went down so well, actually. We can no longer be weakened, which is a great thing to have. Now, the question is, do we go for Searing Blow, deal 12 damage, can be upgraded any number of times, which, if we had the right cards, could be great, but in our current situation, does not apply. 4 damage and 1 vulnerable to all enemies is interesting, but I... Does that desynergize with Oracalum? Oraculum? It does desynergize with that, so I think we actually go with Thunderclap? Thunderclap, yeah, I think we go for Thunderclap, okay. And then, guaranteed to fight another elite if we go down this route, or we could go for regular mob? Question mark? I do like me some question marks, and there's a lot of question marks along this way, so you know what? Sure, we'll go here, open it up, a bag of preparation, draw 2 additional cards at the start of each combat. Sure, that's fine. This guy. Not terrible. Not terrible. The only downside is... Well, you know what? Here's what we do. We clothesline him. He only deals 7 damage. We'll also strike him. We'll take 1 damage. And we'll heal for 6 at the end of this. Oh, give me your gold. And you're dead. No. Gain 6 HP. Get the gold stolen back. And... what do we go for here? Searing Strike, offering, lose 5 HP, gain 2 energy, draw 3 cards, exhaust. Offering does seem pretty interesting. I think we go for offering. It's pretty interesting. Which I know I already said once. Oh, this is just an encounter with an enemy, even though it was a question mark. Makes sense, makes sense. So what do we do here? We flex, because you always have to flex. We bash, dealing some sick damage. And then we bash for some more sick damage, and he's not going to quite change over right now. So we're still going to take 5 damage right off the get-go. And then also get 2 wounds, which is not amazing, but could be worse. It's going to apply a random negative effect. apply a random negative effect. Or we can lose 5 HP, gain 2 energy, and draw 3 cards. I don't think now's the right time for that. Instead, I think we do go for the clothesline for 21 damage. And then another 13 damage. Oh, and then we can kill him if we do this. You know what? Yeah. Never mind. I'm an idiot. And strike. There we go. Easy. Didn't even split. And what do we have here? Twin Strike, deal 5 damage twice. Could be good. Deal 4 damage. Place a copy of this in your discard pile. Also pretty good. Flood with free 4 damage attacks. Or Cleave, deals 7 damage to all enemies. Not bad, but I think we're going to go for Anger. Go for another weak boy. A couple of Mushroom Rats. I think the obvious play here is bludgeon one of them. Goodbye. We have some pretty insane card draw, I have to say. Oh. He tried to hit me and it didn't really hurt. 14 damage, apply 3 weak. Oh, we obviously have to Anger, right? Anger. Clothesline, and yeah, man, I feel so much stronger than the last time I played as this guy. Maybe it's because I actually know what I'm doing. True Grit, gain 7 block, exhaust a random card in your hand. Fire Breathing. At the end of your turn, for each attack played this turn, deal 1 damage to all enemies. Like, I think that's the best card out of all of these, so I think I will take it, even though I could skip. And then 2 question marks up to the... Yeah, we'll do 2 question marks. A strange blue humanoid with a gold helm, question mark, approaches you with a huge smile. Hello, friend. I am Cleric. Are you interested in my services? The creature shouts loudly. Remove a card from your deck for 50. Is there anything that I would want to get rid of? Not really. Like, I guess I could get rid of a strike and have a better chance of getting other better cards. But for 50 gold, that seems pretty steep, and I don't really need to heal for 21 HP, so I think we just leave. You don't trust this cleric, so you leave. Fair enough. And another question mark is a bunch of slimes. It's like a bunch of slimes. Fire Breathing, I think, is imperative here. Followed by a strike and strike, and we will strike again. Because again, our defense are meaningless with Oraculum. Now, if we get Thunderclap, that would be great. Oh, we're immune to weak. Get dumpstered on. Into strength. Kill you. Kill you. We don't take damage from you. Cool. And we're immune to your weaken. Yeah. And then we bash Thunderclap. Cool. Easy encounter. We don't need a dexterity potion. Flame. We permanently gain 2 strength. Very valuable. I think we have to go with that. Skip the potion. We rest up. That's overhealing, so I think we just smith one of our cards to be better. Gain 3 maximum strength is not bad. 0 cost fire breathing is also interesting. 7 damage, not that great. 6 damage anger is very, very tempting. Only losing 3 HP for offering is also an interesting one, but I think we have to go for this upgraded anger. That seems imperative to get. And we're gonna fight our first boss here already, which kind of slime boss. I love these bosses. They're hilarious. He's going to deal 9 damage with a deleterious effect on us. I don't think fire breathing's as useful as it normally is for us in this situation, so I think we go for, strangely enough, offering. Okay, now we thunderclap. We anger. We bludgeon. And now I'm kind of regretting it, but oh, he's gonna be splitting already. Oh, and fire breathing does still take effect. Okay. Hmm, 16 damage from you, eh? Or we could flex. And probably split you this turn? Not quite split you. Or no. He should still split? No, he still attacks. Ooh. Flick, and that inflicts frail, which makes her blocks less effective, which is not great, don't get me wrong. But I can live with it. Gain 2 strength? Sure. Clothesline? Sure. And now he's going to split. 14 health on each of those guys is not bad. I think we flex. Do a little bit of Sebastian here. Followed by some striking. And he's not going to do damage. They're probably going to try and weaken us, which they can't because we have Ginger. Yeah, they're going to try to, but we're immune because we have Ginger. This is the best run I think I've had yet, and that's coming from a run that was pretty stellar off camera just before this. Anger plus. These guys are going to be kind of annoying, but not super annoying. And we just end our turn because defending is actually useless for us. +1 to frail, +1 to frail. Which, don't get me wrong, is bad. Especially when they're going to be hitting us for as hard as they will be. Just get 1 out of the equation. We'll still take 2 damage. Which is not great, but all in all, this encounter was, like, super easy. Achievement unlocked, the boss. Get 103 gold. We get to add a card. Berserk, if your HP is at or below 50%, gain 1 energy at the start of each turn. Could be really good. This turn, your next attack is played twice. But we don't have a way of doing that with Bludgeon. Whenever card's exhausted, draw 1 card. That one just seems bad, at least in our current situation, which means it's probably going to be either Berserk or Double Tap. I like Double Tap. We'll continue going forward. Crack this open. We have potions always drop after. Oh, I didn't even use a potion that. Wow, that's silly of me. obtain 1 potion, gain 30 gold, raise your max HP by 5, obtain 1 card. Gain energy at the start of each turn. Combat starts with 2 wounds in your drop. For the extra energy, I think we can afford to have 2 wound cards. We will proceed, but by proceeding, I think we will actually call it quits for this episode here. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. If you made it to this point in the video, feel free to support it in the form of a like. It helps me out a lot and shows that you want to continue to watch this series. It's a brand new one, and any support would be greatly appreciated, so that way I know what you do and don't want to see. And otherwise, until next time, ooh, there's a shop all the way up there. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time in Slay the Spire. Bye for now, though.